everyone, so in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to recreate this crazy Grinch Zombie look, and I love it, and it is actually inspired off of a t-shirt. So this t-shirt right here, I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm going to do that, and it was requested by all these people. I will put down here, and some people requested that I do like more realistic one with like green hair and stuff, but I don't know how to make prosthetics, so I thought that it might look kind of funny if I just glued green hair to my face and did it with face paint, so I just decided to do face paint only. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it, and keep leaving your requests down below. For sure I'm going to do Mrs. Claus because I keep seeing that requested a lot, and an elf. So yeah, keep your requests coming, and now let's begin this tutorial.
To start the look off, I used a white eyeliner pencil to outline my eyes, nose, and mouth areas. This gives me an idea of how the final look would look like, and also gives a guideline of where to paint everything. It's best to reference the picture I referenced while creating this face paint so you can see exactly what you want to draw on. So you can look in the description box below and I'll have it linked down there. After I was done drawing, I used Wolf's Green Face Paint from Wolf's 12 Hydrocolor Appetizer palette to paint the face green, just like the Grinch. Make sure you paint your neck and ears as well. The brush I am using right now is from Real Techniques. All the blue brushes I'm using are by Royal Cornell, and you can buy both of these brands at Walmart. And then the teal brushes I'm going to be using are from Madeulook by Lex, and you can get that from her website. I'm also using a bunch of other random paint brushes, but no, I got them from like Hobby Lobby and Michael's. They're really, really cheap. Now I use Wolf's black face paint to outline the areas I drew on. When creating these tutorials, I like to make sure I'm just using one color at a time, just so the tutorial is less complicated. After outlining these areas, I use the black face paint to paint on the teeth. Remember, you want the teeth to get higher the closer you get to the top of your cheekbones. This just looks more realistic. I use the black face paint to paint on some details around the eyes that will later be painted red. Then I fill in all the spots that are supposed to be black using the black face paint. Once I was done filling in all those areas, I used the black face paint to paint on the eyebrows, to paint wrinkles, to paint little globs on the skin that makes it look like the skin is melting, especially on the neck. And then I go ahead and use Wolf's red face paint to start painting all the areas that are supposed to be red. So that includes the little designs I created around the eyes and the inside of the mouth on just the outer corners, and then also the gums. Oh, I keep forgetting to talk about the tongue. I also use the red face paint to paint the tongue, and then I go back with the black face paint to paint on a few little tonsils. And once I was done with that, I use Wolf's yellow face paint to paint the teeth, and I also use yellow face paint to paint the eye color. But I mix a little bit of the white face paint in with the yellow face paint so that the yellow on the eyes was a little bit lighter than the teeth color. I didn't want them both to be the same color yellow. Once I'm done with the yellow face paint, I go back with the black face paint and use it to paint on the pupil of, the Grinch's eyes, and then also to add some details on the teeth. Just a few little strokes on each tooth. It just makes it look more realistic rather than just like so flat. It gives it more of that comic feel. I then mix a little bit of the black face paint in with the green face paint to create a darker green color that I use to paint on the little like whisker looking dots that the Grinch has in the Grinch movie, and then also to paint the top of the nose. It kind of looks like a dog nose, the Grinch's nose. It's just flatter, kind of like a cat dog nose. So you just kind of paint a rounded out like shape going right over the nose, and then you bring it down toward the mouth. It's a little bit harder with this design to make it look exactly like the Grinch's because you have like the open mouth, but it's doable. I use that green face paint to add a little bit more wrinkles around the face as well, especially in the inner corner of the eye and on the forehead. After I've done that, I go ahead and use a green eyeshadow, two different green eyeshadows. Both of them are lighter than the green face paint I used to create the nose. And I use that to shade the nose, so that like nose wrinkle, I don't even know what you would call it because, like I said, the Grinch is an animal, but he does have like that nose that I guess a dog would have. Well, anyways, I use it to shade the wrinkle. So this is going to add some dimension to the wrinkle or nose, whatever the heck you want to call it. It's It's going to add some dimension to it, make it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more like it's actually protruding. Once I was done with that, I just added a few more details. I mixed my green and yellow face paint together and used that color to highlight the face. I mainly highlighted the areas on my neck that make it look like the skin is melting. I highlighted besides some of the wrinkles on the face, and I just created a few dots on my temples. Once I was done with that, I just used the white face paint to create some drool marks on my teeth. And I don't know if I mentioned this, and I already did it. I just don't think I had the footage for it. I put some dots around my nose, or like right above the top of my lip, so it kind of looks like whisker dots like animals have, because the Grinch does have that. Oopsie, the last thing I did was use that green color that I mixed together to add little first strokes around the face. So anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and leave your request down below, because this month I'm only going to be doing requested videos. So I'll see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.